Well, this is most interesting. Our weather here in San Francisco. We never have rain in the summer. It's very rare. And right now there are thunderstorms off the coast that are actually going off the coast further. They're not coming inland, though I can hear some thunder off in the distance. They're forecasting showers and thunder showers today from the monsoons coming in from the southeast down at the monsoon area has come up here. So we'll try and go off and get a video and get home as quickly as possible before the rain shows up. Okay, all, let's get on with the video here on this somewhat stormy morning here in San Francisco. Very unusual. CO2 in the air hits new peak as it's growing at a faster and faster rate. Global warming is showing no signs of slowing. CO2 in the atmosphere increased to record highs in the annual spring CO2 peak, which is now May, June kind of thing. The CO2 is jumping at one of the fastest rates on record. The CO2 levels are now higher than they've ever been in more than 4 million years. The last time the Earth had similar amounts was during a less hospitable hothouse Earth before human civilization took root. So we haven't had any of this kind of CO2 buildup in the human history. The National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration announced that the CO2 levels measured in May in Hawaii an average of 424 parts per million. This morning they were 424.62, so they're even higher now than they were when the study was taken just a few days ago. That's 3 parts per million more than last year's May average and 51% higher than pre-industrial levels of 280 parts per million, and that's in the 1850s to 1900s period, pre-industrial. It is one of the largest annual May to May increases in CO2 levels on record. Scientists say that the trend is very concerning. Not only is CO2 continuing to increase despite efforts to start reducing emissions, but it's increasing faster than it was 10 to 20 years ago. Emissions used to increase by 1 part per million per year, but now they are increasing at twice and even 3 times that rate. So there you go. CO2 is really getting bad. CO2 is now higher than any time in the last 4 to 4.5 million years, when the atmosphere was about 7 degrees warmer than it is now, and sea levels were 5 to 25 meters or 16 feet to 82 feet higher. Serious situation we find ourselves in. And not only that, but the people don't seem to care and keep driving and driving as much as possible, going on vacations farther and farther away from where they live, when they should be vacationing close to home or at home. To save the planet, isn't that worth it? You would think. On one more subject, over in Ukraine, the nuclear power plant that has been threatening to melt down this entire time during the wartime between Ukraine and Russia. Well, Russia went and bombed a dam today which provided cooling water for the nuclear site. Now, why would they do that? Where is the thinking of bombing the supply of fresh water to cool the nuclear power plant? What's the thinking? So now, not only does Ukraine have less electricity because it was being powered by this dam, but now they don't have any water to cool the plant down. So now there's fresh concerns about how they're going to keep a runaway situation at this nuclear power plant and have another nuclear explosion, which will add to more nuclear fallout in the atmosphere for many years to come. Just insane thinking. Our leaders all over the world, whether they're over in Russia or whether they're in the US, are just not thinking. They're not following the studies that show that the CO2 levels are climbing and climbing ever faster every year, every day. There's more and more CO2 being added to the atmosphere from us burning coal, natural gas, and oil, and using it in our industries and to transport ourselves around. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like with 8 billion people there's going to be enough rare earths and other materials to make alternative energy to supply enough energy for all those 8 billion people and counting. We're still going up at exponential rates of population. We're just gonna crash and explode as soon as the population gets too much and the CO2 gets too high and the earth catches up to all this CO2. We're gonna be up to 7 degrees warmer than we are right now. 7 degrees on average. Can you imagine what this hot house Earth is going to be like? And guess what? We all get to live through it in not too distant future. All right, with more thunder roaring in the background, it seems like it is getting closer, which is strange because the radar showed the thunderstorms going offshore, not onshore. I don't know what's going on, but maybe they've switched direction, are now coming onshore. With that, I appreciate any comments you have, any ups and new subscribers. We've been getting some new subscribers. Who knows how long before Google will take all those subscribers away again. They seem to always do that. They let it grow a little bit and then they take it all away. I don't know why. They just do not like environmental video platforms. So until next time.